Please come and lie down, relax in Shavasana. Relax for just a few moments before we begin the class. Arms and legs comfortably apart, palms turned upwards. Relax your body, relax your mind. Now the legs together. Stretch both arms behind your head. Inhale, stretch your body. And exhale, release the arms. Please turn to one side, come and sit up. Let's begin the class with a prayer. Sahana vavatu sahanau bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvina vadhitamastuma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namah Shivaya. Welcome to the Sivananda Beginners course once again, class number 7. Today we go through some of the specific corrections and adjustments and also some of the details that are very important for you to understand the whole practice and do things correctly. So let's begin with Surya namaskar, sun salutation. Please come and stand up. So as you already know, sun salutation, Surya namaskar, is a set of 12 postures strung in a sequence, and we've been practicing in the first 6 classes how to do the Surya namaskar. Today we once again focus on some specific things that will help you to improve the practice of sun salutation. So always begin on the top of your mat. Sometimes when we're not familiar with the Surya namaskar, we still begin towards the middle of the mat. And you want to understand that the legs will go all the way behind the mat if you start somewhere in the middle. So you want to start the Surya namaskar essentially right in the top of the mat. Always keep your feet together. Don't keep the legs apart. Keep the legs together. Now, position number 1, bring the palms together. The shoulders are down and relaxed. Sometimes we have a tendency to hunch the shoulders and also to lift the elbows up. You want to keep the elbows down and the shoulders relaxed. And the weight is evenly distributed on both the legs. Now, lifting the arms up, step number 2, you're breathing in, of course, and always keep a relaxed stretch. You don't really need to pull or push with the whole body. Sometimes there's a tendency to bend the knees. So this is very bad for the back. You want to kind of keep the knees locked. At the same time, you're not pushing your hips too much forward and the abdomen forward either. You're essentially, once again, have a look. From the prayer position, you're essentially lifting the arms and gently arching. It's a very natural arch where the hip tends to move gently forward, not the abdomen. The eyes are looking steadily upwards, and if you're really flexible, then you can of course bend your neck as well. But essentially, for most of us, you want to kind of lengthen the body upwards. This is the trend that you want to follow. And then from here, you lean forward across the room. Try not to come down from here all the way down as we would normally do to pick up something, you see. So in the Surya Namaskar, you want to maintain a gentle stretch. lengthening the back, and this is wonderful for tired backs and to strengthen the back. And if you are sitting for long periods of time, chances are that your hamstring muscles, which are the back of your thighs, are tight, and you will not be able to reach the floor with your hands. Sometimes the tendency in the beginners is to keep your hands hanging. This is not very good for the back. You want to bend your knees and place your hands on the floor by the side of your feet, and try to keep your fingers and toes in one line, because this determines the rest of the positions in the Surya Namaskar. So keeping the hands in the right place for the next few steps is also very important. And then the head is relaxed and moving towards the knees. So the whole body is in a way very relaxed because the knees are slightly bent. From here, the right leg, you stretch it back. Keep the right knee on the floor. Toes are pointing out at the back. Many times we keep the toes tucked in, and sometimes the knee is also up. In the Sivananda class, we keep the knee on the floor and the toes are pointing out at the back. And as you can see that there is a lengthening of the body, the legs are stretched, the leg is stretched nicely back. The front knee, you'll notice, is directly above the ankle. It's not ahead of the ankle. At the same time, you're not stretching that back leg so far back that the knee goes behind the ankle. The knee is directly over the ankle. Take your time to become familiar. There is no hurry. Now when you take the other leg back, in this case the left leg back, first you tuck your toe in and then bring the other leg, the left leg, back to meet the line of your right foot in the push-up position. So you're not taking this leg further back. Sometimes the tendency is that you take that left leg all the way back and then adjust your right leg, in which case now the push-up position is not correct. So let's see that once more. Your right leg is stretching back. You tuck the toe in of the right foot and then take the left leg back to meet the line of the right foot. Now the body is in a nice straight line, the back of your head, the buttocks and the heels are in one line. There is no valley with the back, remember, and there is no mountain with the hips. And really you're not looking ahead, you're looking down towards the floor about 6 inches ahead of your fingers. And from here, maybe the most difficult posture, the knees down, chest down between the hands and the forehead down. 8 parts of the body are touching the floor. Let's try that once more. Ashtanga Namaskar, you're in the push-up position. You drop the knees down. Remember not to move your hips forward. If you move your hips forward, then the abdomen will also come on the floor. So you don't want the abdomen on the floor because then you're not getting the stretch. You first drop the knees down, lock your hips, put the chest down between the hands and then bring the forehead down. The lower back, the lumbar spine and the upper back, which includes the upper thoracic area as well as the cervical area, they're getting a very good stretch in Ashtanga Namaskar if you do it correctly. From here, you slide forward, bring the hips down, keeping the legs together, bring the head, shoulders and chest up. There is a tendency to come up really high by straightening the arms and separating the legs. Now this is not how we practice it in the class. You want to keep your abdomen on the floor as a primary objective. You want to keep your legs together and you want to keep your elbows tucked into the body. Keeping these conditions in mind, if you can lift your head more, if you can lift your shoulders more, and if you can lift your chest up more, you can do that. But keep your pelvis on the floor. From here, tuck the toes, lift your hips, bring the heels towards the mat. There is a tendency to be on your toes, which means the heel is up. You want to very gently press the heel towards the ground. And in the inverted V position, you want to keep the head in between the arms. You don't want to tuck your chin towards the chest. And you don't want to look up towards the front. You want to keep your ears in line with your arms. You're widening the shoulder blades and you're slowly pressing the chest towards the floor. The head is forming a natural traction to pull the spine, the intervertebral spaces. From here, you take a big step forward, the right leg between the two hands. And what happens if you can't bring the leg all the way forward? We saw that earlier. If you are halfway, let's say, then put the knee, the back knee on the floor, use your hand on the ankle and lift it forward, pointing the toes out at the back. You look up. You want to see that again? From the inverted V. You can bring your foot halfway forward, put the back knee on the floor, use your hand on the ankle and lift it forward. The toes are pointing out at the back. And then the left leg also forward. You stay down. Forehead is close to the knees. Remember to keep the knees bent and not let your back hang without support. From here, first straighten your legs, lengthen your back, straighten your arms forward, and then lift up, and then gently arch back. Once again, finding a full stretch, and then exhale, drop the arms down. In the Surya Namaskar, we have 12 positions, and in that, there is a specific command for breathing. For us, in the beginner's course, what is important is to remember to breathe in all the postures in whatever way we can. So it is okay for us to breathe even 2 or 3 or 4 times in each posture, if that is how we feel. The most important thing is to continue to breathe without holding the breath. Now, what is the specific command for the Surya Namaskar 12 steps? There are 5 inhalations, 6 exhalations, and 1 retention of breath. Let us see how that is practiced. Deep breath, inhale, and then as you exhale, position number 1 is an exhalation, you're breathing out. 2 is inhalation, you lift your arms up, stretching up and arching back. 3, exhale, bend forward and bend down. 4, inhale, the left leg back, knee on the ground, toes out, look up. 5th position, we hold the breath, push-up position. 6, exhale, knees down, chest down, forehead down. 7, inhale, sliding forward, head, shoulders and chest up. 8, exhale, lift your hips up, heels to the mat, inverted V. 9, inhale, the left leg forward between the two hands, the right knee on the ground, toes out, look up. Exhale, the right leg also forward. 11, inhale, stretch your arms forward, lift your arms up, look up and arch back. And 12, exhale, arms down, relax. You got it? 5 inhalations, 6 exhalations, and 1 retention. Now you can rewind the video and then see if this is correct. Please come and lie down, relax in Shavasana. To understand the Surya Namaskar and also to practice it well and also to practice all the other postures as well as pranayama correctly, it will take maybe a few weeks. Give yourself that time and be patient. Now relax. Prepare for the leg raising exercises. Bring your legs together and the arms are by the side of your body. First, the single leg raises. Deep breath, inhale, the right leg up. Keep the leg up in the air and continue to breathe properly, normally. Always when we are doing some practice, there is a tendency for the body to find the easiest way to do something. And sometimes if the hamstring is tight and the legs are tight, then you may not be able to lift up the legs very high. In the single leg raises, if your hamstring, the thigh muscles are tight, you may be able to lift your legs only so much. And if you have to do more, then you bend your knee. This is an easier way of doing it, but this will not help the leg to stretch. So you keep the leg in such a way that the leg is nicely stretching. The other shortcut is the tendency to point the toes away. This will also help you to lose the stretch. So you want to keep the toes pointing back and the knee straight. Slowly bring the right leg down. Let's try the same thing on the left side. Inhale the left leg up. Breathe here. Just be aware of how the maximum stretch can happen and maximum amount of work against gravity. Keeping the leg up in the air and keeping the knee as straight as possible. And now slowly exhale the left leg down. Inhale the right leg up. The next practice, holding the leg with the hands either on your thigh if the legs are very stiff. If you're more flexible, you can hold your hands up on your calf muscle. And if you're really flexible and you're able to bring the leg close to the chest, you may even be able to hold your toes. In the beginner's course, I wouldn't expect you to be super flexible, even though you may be. Now exhale, lift your head and chest up. Keep breathing. You can walk your hands up the leg, but the only condition always remains that the knee has to be straight. And always remember to keep the other leg down on the floor. Try not to bend this knee. This is, like I said, that shortcut. This makes you feel slightly better, but this is where the work is if the leg is on the floor. Inhale, head down, and exhale the right leg down. Inhale the left leg up. Hold the leg with both hands, and exhale, bring the head and chest up. Now one more precaution. If your head is hurting, the neck is hurting, the shoulders are hurting, you want to keep your head down. As a beginner, you do what is comfortable for you. In the Sivananda class, you don't want to be competitive. You don't want to challenge the body in such a way that you are not able to feel comfortable and relaxed. You can keep your head down. And if you're able to do it, then keep your head and chest up. And the opposite leg, relaxed and on the floor. Inhale, head down, and exhale the left leg down. We're ready for double leg raises. Remember to bring your arms underneath your body. Palms are facing down. This is for the double leg raises to protect your lower back. The arms form the support. Inhale, both legs up, and exhale the legs down. What I found in my experience is that many people today are not able to lift the legs up comfortably. So here I give you an opportunity to make it slightly easier so that you are able to work on your abdominal muscles. What you do is inhale, bring the legs up, at the same time bend your knees, and exhale, bring the legs down, straighten the legs. So you see here it is important to change the practice a little bit for your body to accommodate the practice. Inhale, both legs up, bend your knees if you like, and exhale the legs down. And if you have a strong back and maybe you're able to bring the legs up without bending the knees, then that's also great. Inhale, both legs up. Exhale the legs down. One more precaution, keep the shoulders on the floor. Inhale, both legs up. There is a tendency to hunch the shoulders. You want to keep the shoulders down, and exhale the legs down. Usually we do about 10 rounds or 10 times the double leg raises. Inhale, both legs up, and slowly exhale, legs down. Release your hands, relax in Shavasana. Arms and legs comfortably apart. Take rest. These are the initial preparatory practices before we reach the practice of the asanas in the Sivananda class. We are ready to begin the sequence of the 12 postures, starting with the headstand, Shirshasana. Bring the legs together. Inhale, stretch your arms behind your head, nice long stretch. And as you notice, we always ask you to turn to one side, releasing your arms, turn to one side, and then come and sit up. This is to help to protect the back. Now relax in the child's pose, Shashankasana. in preparation for the headstand, Shirshasana. We have a regular and adept and maybe very senior practitioner in the headstand, and also a teacher to guide here in this video. But doing the headstand and all the practices requires you to be patient and take time, especially in the headstand. So come and sit up. You can watch the practice once more, and then once you're more and more familiar and more confident, you can practice. Step number 1 of the 8 steps: measure out your forearms by holding the elbows and place them on the floor in front of your knees. Step number 2 of the 8 steps: release your hands and interlock your fingers. Step number 3, keep the crown of your head on the floor. And remember, you're not keeping the head on your hands. Sometimes there's a tendency to place your hands on the floor and you keep your head on the hands. No, you have to keep your head on the floor and make a cup with your hands behind the head. And then lift your hips up. Step number 4. Step number 5, you walk forward until your back is straight. Now, sometimes this will take a long time because you're unable to bring the back straight because of the body being very stiff. Step number 6, knees into the chest. One leg, you bend it, and then the other leg, you bend it. That's the half position, is the half headstand. And if you get this far, then congratulations, you have almost mastered the headstand. Once you get the balance, then there is very little more to do except to raise the knees up towards the ceiling and then to straighten the legs. And then to come down, remember not to drop your legs down, don't drop your knees down, just simply reverse the steps. As you went up, you first try to slowly bend your knees into the chest. Take your time. It may not happen, of course, because you're a beginner. Knees into the chest, and then drop one foot down, drop the other foot down, place your knees on the floor. That's the right way to do it. Keep your hips on your heels, keep the head down, don't bring your head up because you're upside down, you don't want to change the rush of blood suddenly, and you relax in the child's pose. In the child's pose, if your head is not able to come to the floor properly, see how you should do it. You sit up, separate the knees a little bit, and then bring the head down. This allows the abdomen to be accommodated between the thighs. Come and sit up and then relax on your back in Shavasana. The many small things that constitute the correct way of practicing. Any practice of pranayama or asanas will take few weeks, few months, maybe even a few years to understand. In the beginning, some input is necessary, some guidance is necessary. Slowly with time, you will find your own way of correcting the postures, correcting the practices. Bring your legs together. Let's practice the shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. Arms by the side of your body. Slide down on the mat if you need to. And with a deep breath, inhale, lift your legs up, hips up, and support your back. In the shoulder stand, sometimes we are only able to hold it for a few seconds or maybe half a minute or maybe a minute. If you don't feel comfortable to hold it for a long time, then you come down and relax. And then you come up again. Take your time to hold the posture for as long as is possible, comfortably. In the shoulder stand, as it's being demonstrated, the shoulder stand is very straight. But sometimes you cannot hold the shoulder stand so straight, your hips are a little low, and the hands are somehow supporting the back and the legs are leaning over the head. This is absolutely fine because you are inverting the body towards gravity, and there is a reverse direction of gravity working from the legs all the way down to your heart and your throat and your brain, and that's all that is important. For the next posture, halasana, you slowly drop both the legs down behind your head. There is again a natural tendency to do too much. We try to push and pull and try to have the destination of the floor behind the head in halasana. This is not important. If you can drop your legs halfway to the floor, you are in halasana. 3/4 of the way to the floor, that is also halasana. Sometimes I suggest my students in the beginning to even bend their knees to reduce the intensity of the discomfort that you feel as you lower the legs over your head. But if you did 5 to 10 classes, then you will be able to keep your legs straight. You don't need to bend your knees anymore. In the beginning, you might feel some suffocation, some inability to breathe, and that is because you're doing too much, and maybe the abdomen and lungs are compressing against each other. So you keep your legs slightly away from the face, you'll be able to breathe nicely. This is halasana, the plow. And if you're flexible, you've been practicing and you're now attending the beginner's course, you can even bring your feet all the way down to the floor. And once that happens, you can drop your hands down on the mat. You can even interlock your fingers, but only if your feet are firmly on the ground. If your feet are not on the ground, you must keep supporting your back. And to come out of the pose, it's very simple. Keep your arms on the mat, use them as brakes, and gently roll down. And then adjust yourself back on the mat and you relax in Shavasana for a moment. Let's practice the fish, Matsyasana. Bring the legs together. Now you want to keep your arms under the body. The palms are facing down. They're not facing upwards. They're facing down. And sometimes there's a tendency to keep one palm on top of the other. You don't have to do that. You have to keep the arms away from each other, but the elbows are close together. Now inhale, lift your head up, chest up. Tilt your head back and keep the crown of your head on the floor behind you. Sometimes I've noticed my students bringing their legs up or bending the knees, keeping the knees bent. The legs have no role to play in Matsyasana. Keep the legs really relaxed. And sometimes there's a tendency for the elbows to be outside the body. This will give no stretch for the back at all. You want to keep the arms outstretched under the body, and you're lifting the chest up and pointing the chin backwards. And if you're not under the supervision of a teacher, then it is possible that your head, the top of your head is not resting on the floor, only the back of your head is resting on the floor. This is of course not Matsyasana. You want to lift the shoulders and chest up and point your chin all the way back. And then the rib cage is open, the lungs are free, and you're able to utilize the full capacity of your lungs. Breathing in long, breathing out complete. Breathing in long, breathing out complete. Slowly release the head, shake out the shoulders, turn your head from side to side, head back to the center, and you relax for a few moments in Shavasana. Bring the legs together, stretch both arms behind your head. Inhale, nice long stretch, and exhale, release the arms. Turning to one side, come and sit up. Prepare for Paschimottanasana, the sitting forward bend. Now the legs are stretched out in front of you. I notice that in our classes, more and more people are very stiff, and sometimes even suggesting the sitting forward bend is difficult for them. Let's see how it works. Both arms up, inhale, and then slowly bend forward and bend down. Many of my students can only do so much. They hardly look as if they are in the sitting forward bend. Maybe you and I are in the same category, no problem. But this is the sitting forward bend for today. Once the back of your leg starts stretching, then you can slowly lean forward more and more. The most important practice in the sitting forward bend in the Sivananda class is to keep the shoulders relaxed, the arms relaxed, and the back of your knees on the floor. Try not to lift your knees and reach for your toes. That defeats the purpose of the sitting forward bend. You want to keep the knees on the mat, and you can hold your ankles or your calf muscles according to the degree of your flexibility. As with all the postures, you want to reduce your physical and mental effort. This is very important in the Sivananda class, that you want to be relaxed and effortless. And two things are working for you and me: our breath and gravity. Better you breathe, the better you feel, and the more you surrender to gravity, the more benefit you get. Inhale, stretch the arms forward, lift the arms up, and exhale, drop the arms down behind you. Give yourself a counter stretch. The hands are pointing, fingers pointing backwards, the inclined plane, Purvottanasana. Inhale, lift your hips up. Throw the head back, point your toes down. Sometimes we're not able to lift your hips up very high. Do what you can, even if you do a little bit today. Slowly, with time, you'll be able to really lift your hips up nicely. So come up, and eventually, you might want to lift your hips higher than your chin as well. This is a very good counter stretch after the forward bend, the inclined plane. Slowly come down, lie down on your abdomen, make a pillow with your hands, and you relax. Turning your head to one side, big toes touching, heels falling apart. In our subsequent classes, we will go through a rhythmic practice of 1 hour, which includes the entire content of relaxation, pranayama, Surya, namaskar, and asanas. Today in the workshop, we are working on some minor, small details. Let's practice the cobra, bhujangasana, legs together, hands by the side of your shoulders, forehead on the mat. Inhale, slowly bring your head up, shoulders and chest up. Gently arch your back. What's important in the cobra is to feel that the back is working. So if you keep your hands lightly on the mat, not pressing down too hard, then you'll be able to feel that intense work that the back is doing. And then at the same time, you press the hands down at some stage to lift your head and shoulders up a little higher. Then you work on your flexibility of the back as well. So both the things are happening, strength and flexibility for the back. Remember to keep the heels together, the legs together as you come up, and the elbows tucked into the body. Slowly exhale, come down. Make a pillow with the hands, turn your head to the opposite side, and you relax. Let's look at the locust, Shalabhasana. Slide your arms directly underneath your body, elbows are close together. Chin is forward on the mat. Now, in the locust, you can keep your arms, the palms facing down towards the mat, or you can turn your hands to face your legs, face your body, or you can interlock your fingers to make a firm tripod, or you can make fists with your hands. Whichever hand and arm position you prefer, you can use that. And now one leg, inhale, the right leg up. Keep the leg up in the air and you breathe here. There is a tendency to bend the leg and try and lift up the leg too high. You might even tilt your body to one side. So you don't want to do that. You just want to lift your leg and stretch it away lengthening the leg, slowly right leg down. Inhale the left leg up, you stretch it back, breathe here. You're reaching back as if you want to try and touch something behind you with your toes. You're reaching. Slowly exhale, come down. Now adjust your arms, making a nice tripod with your forearms and your chin and shoulders. 2 tripods for the locust. Now inhale, both legs up. Even if you are able to bring the legs up a little bit, that's fine. Use the strength of your arms as well as your back to stay up. Breathe a few times deeply and then slowly exhale, come down. Release your hands, make a pillow with the hands, turn your head to one side and you relax. And now for Dhanurasana, the bow. Bend your legs. Keep your knees apart. Then reach back with your hands and hold your ankles. Sometimes you're not able to reach your ankles. You lay your hands on the thigh, the palm facing up, and you stay there without holding your ankles. Maybe you cannot hold your ankles. And then of course if you can hold your ankles, go ahead and do that. Remember not to bend your elbows. Many times the students are bending their elbows. This way you're not able to come up. You want to straighten your arms and not hold the foot, but hold the ankle. And then inhale, head up, shoulders and chest up, knees and thighs up. Many people ask me, what if I cannot bring my knees and thighs up? My knees and thighs are on the floor. Well, this is according to your capacity, your Dhanurasana. This is how yoga is very kind. It doesn't matter how you look. You have to just practice what you can practice with your own body. So if you can lift your knees up from the floor, that's also fine. It's up to you. It's up to your capacity. It's a full workout for the whole body, the front and the back. Slowly come down and you relax. Make a pillow. Take rest. Turning your head to one side, big toes touching, heels falling apart. Hands by the side of your shoulders, stretch back into the child's pose, sit back on your heels, relax your back. Shashankasana, relaxing the body, relaxing the mind. Let's look at the half spinal twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Come and sit up. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Bend your left leg. Keep your left foot by the side of your right calf. And keep the left hand on the floor behind you. When we are new to the Sivananda class, the body is not really used to, adapted to the practices. And even sitting like this is not very comfortable. Sometimes the hips are coming up. You do what you can do comfortably. One thing you want to avoid is to keep your left hand very far away from the body and lean on that hand. So bring the hand close to the body so that your back is as straight as you can visualize it. Then lift that right arm up and then lean across the leg and hold on to the ankle. Now it's very much possible that even doing this is really uncomfortable. Maybe you cannot even reach your ankle. So you can use your hand to hold the shin. And if the belly is too big and you can't even twist that much, that's fine. Just hold the knee and allow yourself to twist as well. So 3 different ways in which you can actually practice the half spinal twist. And slowly release and come forward and change the side. Bend the right leg, right hand on the floor, left arm up. Remember not to lean backwards. Exhale, wrap your arm around the knee. You need to lean forward a little bit. Then hold some part of the leg in some way that you can. And then move the shoulder out. Turn with the shoulder. Use the shoulder to turn more and more, not just the head, but also the shoulder. And then slowly come forward and release the posture. Pull the knees into the chest. Hug the knees and straighten your back. And you exhale and relax. Let's spend some time practicing the crow, kakasana, the balancing pose. Keep your hands on the floor, shoulder width apart. Form a nice T with your hands and your feet. You are in a squatting position. The fingers are spread so that you can get a wider base for the balance. Now come up on your toes and place your knees on your upper arms. Now sometimes the knee and the upper arm are not making contact. You cannot do the crow then. The crow requires you to keep the knee on your upper arm. And now some of you are beginning to say that my upper arm is hurting. Yes, of course, because this is not something you do normally, isn't it? And then you're looking down on the floor. This way you will hurt yourself because you will lose your balance and topple over. So you want to look ahead. Let's see this again. Come into a squatting position. Take your time. Form a square with your hands and your feet. And then placing your knee on your upper arm, come up on your toes. And then slowly by and by shift your weight forward so that the body comes into balance and your feet automatically come up. You want to try and avoid jumping. Let us see how that happens. You want to try not to jump into the crow. This is not a great way of getting balance. As you can see, it's not very comfortable. The way to do it is place the knee on the upper arms, come up on your toes, looking ahead, not looking down. Slowly move the body in a dynamic way, very slowly forward and forward. And then eventually you will find that the hands, concentrating on the hands, will help you to bring the feet up into the balancing pose. Wonderful. Finishing up, come and stand up. We are ready for Padahastasana, the standing forward bend. Once more, just for the sake of order, always come to the top of your mat and always remember to keep your feet together. The standing forward bend, like the sitting forward bend, you want to keep the knee straight when you bend. Both arms up, inhale. And then as you exhale, lean forward and bend down. Once again, according to your capacity, you may not be able to hold your toes or bring your hands to the floor. You may be only able to hold your knees, for example. And you do that. Lock your legs. Keep your shoulders relaxed, face relaxed, and allow gravity to work on your legs and work on your back. By and by, the back will open up. By and by, you will be able to bend from your hip joint. By and by, the head will be lower than your heart, and your heart will be lower than your hips. And a reverse flow of blood, because of gravity, more forceful towards the brain, will happen. The standing forward bend, Padahastasana. If you're flexible, then you can keep your hands on the mat without bending your knees. You can even turn your hands, your fingers to point backwards if you're even more flexible. Bringing your chest as close to the thighs as possible. And now to come out of the pose, inhale, straighten the legs, reach your arms forward, lift your arms up and drop the arms down, exhale. Give yourself a counter stretch, separate your legs a little bit. Support your lower back with your hands, inhale, push your hips forward gently, drop the head back. And exhale, come on up. Take the length of the mat, separate your legs 3 to 4 feet apart. We do the triangle, Trikonasana. As we mentioned in the previous class, the legs should not be too far wide apart. The legs should not be going to the edges of the mat, nor should they be too close together. They should not be really close by. They should be about 3 to 4 feet apart. Then you turn your right toe towards the right side. We have spoken about this before. Remember not to turn your torso, your upper body from your hip joint. Then lift your left arm up, inhale. Keeping the body relaxed, you're looking forward, you bend sideways to the right, sliding the right hand down on the right leg. There is a tendency to bend the elbow and keep the arms limp. You want to keep the arm dynamic and active. Try not to point your fingers or hands or wrist upwards. You're stretching the top arm towards the side, giving a wonderful stretch along the spine, along the back. Inhale, come back up, release the side. Right toe forward, left toe out. Right arm up, inhale, bend sideways to the left, exhale. Sometimes the chin is tucked towards the chest. This strains the neck. You want to keep the chin away from the chest. You're looking ahead. And you're trying to find that length all along the hip, all the way up to your wrist. You're lengthening the body. Wonderful. Inhale, come back up and drop the arm down. Bring your feet together. Come and lie down. Prepare for relaxation. Shavasana. Now become aware of your breathing and allow the breath in the body. Feel the gentle rising, falling rhythm of your breath. The body expanding as you inhale. The body contracting as you exhale. Become aware of your breathing. Slow down the breath. Make the breath longer, slower and deeper. Inhale slowly, deeply. Exhale slowly, completely. Now become aware of your whole body. Suggest the body to relax. Relax the toes, feet and ankles. Relax the shins and calf muscles. Relax the knees and relax the thighs. Relax the hips and buttocks. Relax the abdomen and the chest. Relax your lower back, middle and upper back. Relax the fingers, palms, forearms, elbows, and upper arms. Relax the shoulders and shoulder blades. Relax the neck and the throat. Relax the face, the chin, the jaw, the cheeks, the mouth, the nose, the eyes, and the forehead. Relax all the internal organs. Relax the brain. Finally, relax the mind. Slow down your thoughts, calm down your feelings. Relax the mind. Welcome the rest, welcome the relaxation. Enjoy the silence, enjoy the stillness. Become the silence, become the stillness. Relax. 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 Slowly bring your awareness back to the present. Breathe a little more deeply. Gently move your fingers and toes, hands and feet. When you're ready, draw the legs together. Stretch both arms behind your head. Inhale, nice long stretch. Exhale, release the arms. Turning to one side, please come and sit up. We now come to the end of class number 7 in the Sivananda Beginners course. We have one more class to go. Step by step, we are building a deep foundation in a long practice of yoga. What is very important is to practice consistently, frequently for a long period of time, while understanding the theory, listening to it, watching the demonstration, and also bringing your own personal experience to merge with the theory and the knowledge that is being imparted in the beginner's course. Your commitment and your practice consistently will bring about the right results. Let's finish with the final prayers. Om Asato ma Satgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bolo Sadguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Hari Om Tat Sat. It's wonderful to have you in the course with us. Thank you for practicing. Om Tat Sat.